Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well in this unfortunate time of the coronavirus. It's a good time to stay inside and stamp. So today I'm going to show you a card I call a little off the side. As you can see, these all are different cards, but they all have one thing in common, and is that they've got this 1 inch of designer series paper or DSP on the side. So I'm going to show you how I make those. Very easy, but it's just a fun design. So you know, when you have a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, if you cut it in half at the 5.5, which is half of 11, you wind up with 2 cards that are this size. And then you would fold those in half, and your card would be 5.5 by 4.25. You can also cut it the other way, long ways. On the 8.5 side, half of that is 4.25. So these would be 4.25 by 11. If you fold those in half, you get 4.25 by 5.5. So either way, you wind up with a card that is exactly the same size. So I'm going to make this card both ways just so that you can see it will work either way. So once you've folded it in half, all you want to do is take your cutter and just cut 1 inch off of the front. Okay, this is a great piece to save too, to use as a place to put your words or something on another card. So see, I just took 1 inch off the front. This one the same way. I would just take 1 inch off the front. And again, you've got a nice piece there you can use for scrap to put words on another one of your cards. Okay. So then we'll take the paper out of the way. So now I will just take a piece of designer series paper and I'll attach it on the inside, and I'm just going to use liquid glue here. Attach it on the inside of the card. Oops. Well, there and here. So that when you're looking at the front of the card, you can see that designer series paper on the inside. Now, could you just put a piece of 1 inch designer series paper on the outside of a regular size card? Sure. But this is just more fun, you know, to have something that's a little bit of a different element. So now you see where we're going. Okay, so now I can either use some die cuts to decorate the front of the card. I always have to turn this one around to find out. So there, maybe, whoops, sorry. And do a light one with a dark one. This one goes here. I could put a couple of those on there. Add my leaves. And then stamp my sentiment here, much like I did on this card. Okay? Or I could actually stamp on the front of it. It really doesn't matter. So for this one, I'm just going to use, of course, this has become my go-to set, these Painted Poppies and Peaceful Moments. So I am just going to ink this up. Stamp it along the bottom here, and I'm starting, if you notice, on this side because I knew I wasn't going to have enough for 2. So now whatever just stamps off the other side is fine, and I'm wound up with this on the front of my card. Oh, while that's open, I think I'll go ahead and stamp my happy birthday, which I was going to use for this card. There. Might not have been straight. It's a little hard to tell when my head's not right over it. And then I will take the green. This set comes with these 2 little splats, as I call them. I guess that's the technical term. And I'll just splat some green down here, which is where your stems and your leaves would be. And then I will take the larger splat with the Grapefruit Grove and splat that right at the top. Okay, so whether you choose to stamp it or add die cuts to the front, If you just will cut off, no matter which way you fold your card, cut an inch off the front and add an inch of designer series paper on the inside, you can see what a great little extra that adds to your card with very little effort, and you don't have any special folding or anything else that you have to do. So just your card cut in half with an inch off the front. I hope you have a great day and that you try my little off the side card.